stuck in the clouds than buried in the mound. Feet touching the asphalt, back won't touch the ground. You ops about that trash talk, my hands speaking loud. The crowd sound is drowning our conversation now. I know what I'm about to do, can't coma induce. But look, I train not to lose, what else is there to do? I'm a fighter, hard like barbed wire, sharp the same way. I'm tired, but get energized when the crowd say showbiz boombaye. Showbiz boombaye, my style's impetuous, my defense impregnable. There's no B plan when the A plan is doable. My ritual, jump rope, heavy bag, cutthroat. I'm the best in the world because my ego says so. A fighter, I am lost in this whirlwind, this make-believe world where it's a sin to be a grown man. Look, I never read a book, bruh. I must admit, I'm about that grit and that dumb shit where your head's on some drum shit, body got Bambi legs, ears on some hum shit, later getting medicated, urine on some blood shit. I want wildest power with Devin Haney's defense.
Live, only on DAZN, July 12th, Ring 3, Berlanga versus Shiraz and Stevenson versus Cepeda. They're in their prime, they're hungry, and they're done being called the future. Berlanga versus Shiraz, Stevenson versus Cepeda. Ring 3, live, only on DAZN. Buy now at DAZN.com/boxing.
Live only on DAZN. He silenced Britain's best. Usyk, the Brit breaker, but now the dynamite is ready to explode. One night, one shot, and undisputed. Usyk versus Dubois 2, July 19th. Buy now at DAZN.com/boxing.
Up off it, yeah, yeah, yes, 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 up off. Hey! Hey! Y'all know what day it is. Y'all know what day it is, huh? Yeah. Yeah. It's Face Friday. Bye. What's up, my people? This is ShowBizz Adult. All right, man, look at who we have here. Let me see, Gooner. Wow, with you. Dub 42. What's going on with you? Whoops. All right, man, look. First I want to say this. Everybody, welcome to the Facts Friday. If you haven't done it, please close out the chat, hit the like, and give it up for the Vaughn Hill.
From the lip with the laugh under the cabbage patch. She's a pretty lady, and then sign some autographs. The burn young man can boing boing.
Hit the Tyson Bear. Hey, hold on, let me see. He said, reminder, our main event in the war room, Ms. Shakur versus the Peta. Also remember, Broner versus Maidana could be another night like, nah. Hey, listen, I know, man. People's talking about, I think De La Hoya bringing up Floyd Castillo 1 and all those things. Hold on, before we start there, I don't give a damn. It's mad disrespectful that y'all haven't given up to the ladies.
You should let me in. You deserve. No, you deserve
Baby. Hit the Tyson Bear. Hey, wait a minute. The ladies, I understand this ladies first, but then it's my dog.
Put it simply in here, I like surprises. I came here for prizes, big booty and thighs is promising my guys is how I could get inside this. Stupid, I realize this, but there's so much I wanna know about you, but I don't really wanna know. That's what they say. You make it too hard for a nigga, I got you, but I got the time. Let's make it work.
Hit the Tyson Bear. Oh yeah, my man. We outside.
What do you think can happen when you're outside? You can lose a fight, see a chick, have a con with that vibe. You can ride a bike, see a nigga, and ask him if he's alright.
And that's the black George August. A little bit of cream. Okay, wait a minute, hold on. Before we get started with any damn thing, I don't care, man. We need our motivational speaker to get us hyped up today. My man, Squatter.
Squad up.
go. It's time to go, dog. Let me see. No love for the glorious king. Haney versus Norman Jr. Heartbreak. Well, okay, we got some stuff to talk about. We got some shit to talk about, everybody. Listen, everybody hit the like. Let everybody know we're in here. We will be doing a live reaction for the David Benavidez versus Yarde card, which the co-main is also Devin the American Dream Haney versus Brian Norman Bates. Hit the Tyson Bell. And that's the Black Two Shookers. And I'm going to tell you guys saw the altercation in the lobby. You guys saw the fight. I was there for all that shit. And I'm going to tell you guys the story from beginning to the end. What I want to say is none of it was scripted. None of it was WWE. I know you guys love to say everything is fake. But I'm going to tell you something. People are real. Even when they're on camera, even when they're celebrities, even when you know who they are real human beings. And if somebody grabbed your shirt, you snap. All right? Listen. I'm going to tell you, I don't know what it is. People think you become like cyborgs and fakes and bots as soon as you get on this side of the camera. I'm on this side of the camera. And I'm still the same me. I don't know why people think you change. It was the last thing it was scripted. If I sub to DAZN, will I be able to watch Shakur? I think I think you have to get the pay-per-view though. I don't think the Shakur fight is it? I thought it was pay-per-view, but then I heard that he may be making it out. I don't know if it's subscription-based or pay-per-view. I thought it was pay-per-view. Let me see. You got Carnival flashbacks too. Dog, right. That's hilarious. Let me see. So Norman win because he can wrestle into Tyson Bell. Listen, I'm going to tell you guys the whole story. We need 1,000 people in here, but I want to let you guys know. When the fight broke out, all right, you want to talk about the biz, not... My frame of mind was so everything happened so fast, right? Even when the security guard, Haney's security guard, Tank, who was in the wrong, it was all his fault. But though he grabbed Brian Norman Bates, Mr. 6 Weeks, by the shirt, when that happened, I still didn't feel any danger. I saw it. And I immediately thought about Wolverine versus the Juggernaut. I was thinking about Wolverine versus Juggernaut. And then I thought, oh shit, the new X-Men Revelation comic comes out this week. That's how far removed I'm looking at it. And I'm like, hey, but when he grabbed him, I kind of thought, damn, man, that X-Men Revelation comic's coming out. That's how much of a nerd I am. They're on the same card. Boxing on fire. It is. Boxing is on fire. It's the number one sport to me. Bro. And then here's the thing. You guys don't know. I left. When it starts swinging my way. Sure look good to me. And would you please swing it my way? Those, I don't want to talk about it, but when you heard their voices, you thought they were far flyer than they were when you saw the video. But here's the thing. When they swung my way, I was thinking, oh shit. There was a woman next to me who she is sweet. She is kind. I looked back where she was and she was gone. She dipped. All right. And I was going to brace myself. But everybody fell towards my knees. And y'all know I got 2 blown knees. My legs were straight as an arrow. I'm leaning against the wall. They're swinging my way. I look at my knees. I show you the video. They're falling to my patellas. Okay? And I'm like, oh shit. And I dip. Not the patellas. And everything would have been fine if 500 pounds of human beings weren't falling down straight to my patella. And okay, let me give y'all, everybody hit the like. Let's get 1,000 people. Remember that time Samuel Jackson got mistaken for Lawrence Fishburne? No, I don't remember that. Brother. Okay, all right. So here's the thing. And here's the thing. The Normans, they were like, yo, not the Normans, Norman Bates, Brian Norman Jr. He was like, brother, you dipped. I was like, brother, my patellas. You'll see it. The black two sugars, we talked about it on camera. The black two sugars for that was crazy. But David Benavidez, all of the black two sugars they're going to be fire because we had some fire conversations. All right. Now let's tell the story from the beginning. Almost 1,000 people. That's enough. Let me see. That was the sturdiest yoke I've seen in years. Oh, dude got strong hands. He shook my hand. I'll tell you this part of the story, but he shook my hand. He tried to squeeze it. And I was just like, all right, you got a little grip on you. So when I saw him grab Brian Norman, I'm like, he has strong hands. Let me see. I'm from the yoke you up era. Man yoked another hole in the tee. Man looking like a cornholio. Actually, Brian Norman Jr. got the best of that. But we'll break it down. Okay, almost 1,000 people. That's enough because we got to start doing a reaction in 30 minutes for the David Benavidez versus Yarde and all that shit. Okay, let's get started. Once upon a time, and I'm going to show you guys the video of everything, but I just want to give you guys the story. This all started, all right, and this is the story from my point of view. It's true. It's the Facts Friday from my point of view. All right. This all started during the Times Square card. All right. Hear me out. Hear me out. Let me see. Did Tank not know how promoting for a fight worked? Funny. This all started from then. If you guys recall, when I was doing the social media stuff for DAZN, I have no content with the Haneys. Y'all notice? I have Ryan Garcia, Teofimo Lopez, Rolly. I got content for everybody but me and Devin. I have no black sugars, another black sugars with me and Devin. None of that, right? Now, I'm talking about right before the event when I was out there. I have social media for it, but that's because, that's because the Haneys were like, we don't want to do content. We don't want to do content with the Biz. We don't want to do it. And honestly, we don't want him in the room. So I had to leave before they enter the room. And I'm like, what the hell is going on? All right. So keep that in mind. Hold on. Let me see. Salute, Biz. Just have my newborn days ago. Love you, boy. Go ahead, brother. Let me see. He almost yoked his shirt into Daisy Duke style. Salate. Salate's back, everybody. A new member, baby. Bye. Okay. So fast forward to this. Now, don't forget, since then, me and Bill jumped on the war room, right? So he came onto the war room. So I'm figuring, all right, everything's cool. You come on to the war room. I'll let you come into the war room. Now, yesterday, okay? Hold on, let me see. Bill, you watching? Shave your head, man. You looking like, stop, brother. Leave the brother alone. Listen. So yesterday, I'm dead tired, bro. I was up at 3 a.m. I flew out there real early. I was bone tired. But I'm doing Black Two Sugars with everybody. Everything's great. The Mexican monster is an intimidating human being. He's humongous. Everything's great. And then they were like, hey, sorry, Biz, but the Haneys don't want to speak with you. And I was like, I just spoke. They were like, yeah, you got to leave the room. So I'm like, what? So I leave. I'm like, there's no way, right? So I leave. Then the lobby. I'm with the Normans. We're laughing. I'm looking at Brian Norman Jr. I'm like, brother, you stay rugged all the time. You in a regular Fruit of the Loom white t-shirt, brother. You know we're in the zone war room. So hold on, let me see. If someone don't want Biz in the room, something wrong with him. Brian Norman about to hey, listen, about to BTA. Listen. So we're talking about that. Like, brother, you always looking savage, bro. Throw on a little nice little shirt or something. Put a little collar on. We're laughing about that. All of a sudden, here comes Bill. And when Bill comes, it's like the king is here. The champ is here. He comes in, and that's when y'all see all of a sudden it's this face-off, you know. And Devin is, I keep saying this, Devin is actually likable. So Devin is looking at Brian and sizing him up. Everything about him is calculated. He just like, and Brian, and the thing is, regardless of what y'all say, Brian's bigger than Devin. Devin's head is as big as, his head is humongous. But his body, his arms and everything, he wear baggy clothes, but he's not bigger than Brian. All right. So he's sizing Brian up and doing whatever. He just laughing with his father. Bill and Brian Norman Sr. going back and forth. Everything's cool. All right. Y'all saw that whole interaction. Then Bill leaves and he's walking. And I'm like, yo, that was cool. And I'm with Abdullah Mason. I'm talking to Abdullah Mason now because I didn't hit the record button. I thought I was recording, but I wasn't. So Abdullah, that was Abdullah Mason's video that he sent to me that I put up. So I'm talking to Abdullah like, hey, let me get them shits, man. I ain't hit the record. And then I hear Biz. And I'm like, that's ShowBizz. And I look, and Bill's coming back, which I'm thinking, oh, because I thought you ain't really want to mess with the kid like that. He comes back, zoom. He's in my face this close. Hold on, y'all. Biz, you see Javante got a, yeah. I have nothing to say about that, my brother. Zoom. He this close. Zap. And he says, you doing the no running rule. How about the no PED rule? And I say, brother, the PEDs are already illegal. And he goes, well, you know what I'm saying? And I said, well, how about this? Year-round testing is great because I'm thinking about Amon Katye who popped when he was out of training. He wasn't even getting ready for a fight and he popped. So I'm thinking about Bill this whole time talking about year-round testing. So I'm like, how about year-round testing? He said, Devin already does year-round testing. I said, that's what I'm talking about, brother. I said, listen, we can do a PED petition. And then he started leaving. And that's when you see me say, that's when they catch that part. All right. PED petition, how about, and I'm doing all that. Okay. Then we go in. Oh, before we go inside, the door's locked. Devin Haney is doing content with Patricia. That's why you said, right? The whole Patricia thing, you know, give her a job, demote ShowBizz, right? Promote Patricia. So they're doing Patricia work in there. So I'm standing out with the Normans, who they all look like savages. So we're in the hallway. So then they go to crack the door and say, we're ready. And the Normans are walking, and they're like, yo, Biz, what you doing? And I'm like, I can't go in there. They were like, what? Like, Senior, like, what? I said, I'm not allowed. And then he was like, well, you are with us now, so let's go. So I'm like, right here. Hold on. Let me see. Bill is boxing Jimmy Hart. Hey, bro. So I'm like, okay. So I walk and I see the zone people, and they all shoulders. They just like, because if you think about it, if you're in here for content, no. But if you're a part of their team, what can we do? So I walk in with them, right? So now the Haneys, everybody see me in there with them. I'm, now it looks like I'm with the Normans, right? Norman. So they do their face-off. And in their face-off, I'm shocked. Haney's shocked. Pleasantly. Haney is pleasantly shocked. Devin is. Everybody is kind of like, Brian Norman Jr. got something about him. I'm not going to tell you everything that happened in the face-off. None of that, because, that's bogus. But in the face-off, Brian Norman Jr. got his shit off. Like, it was like, yo, he was talking great. And he was coming back with stuff that was better than Devin. And Devin's like, all right. You know what I mean? Because Devin, even though Brian is the champion, Devin's been here. Right? So Devin is kind of like, that's all right. Like, Devin's feeling good. Though he's saying they're talking shit, I can tell that Devin's like, this is going to be a fight. Like, he likes it. Let me see. Because I don't think Devin thinks much of Brian Norman. Let me see. All jokes aside, I seen Bud start a car battery with his bare hands. Brother, listen. Try to tell the story here. So, oh, wait. Ward is a GOAT, but calling all the smoke the war room is not, dog. I don't have that kind of time. That's a ripoff. Let me see. Biz thoughts on Turkey having fighter sparring auditions for Crawford card. I don't know, bro. Let me tell this story though. I mean, you're breaking it up. So listen. So see, now I forgot what I was going to say next. So they're talking, pleasantly surprised. Brian Norman Jr. is doing his thing. He's doing a fantastic job. So they are done. They get up, and Devin has some words to say. No, Bill has some words to say to Brian Sr. They do their talking, and then Brian Jr., who's actually the talker. It's like, you know how most of the dads, like the Schofields, the dad is the talker and Bill is the talker. Well, when it comes to Brian Sr. and Jr., when they're together, Jr. is better. He's a better talker. So, you know, I'm just talking about with like how he pops shit. So Brian Jr. comes in real alpha with it, and he starts talking his shit. All right. And that's when everything happens. Devin Haney pushes him. Everybody do their whole thing. I almost get my patellas torn. I want to say this too. I want to say this before I play the video of the whole thing. Let me see. ShowBizz, a boxing revolution. Love you, boy. Bud cured my blindness. Let me tell you what I was saying. One, Devin Haney. I think he tried to get a push in. The cameras were up there. He was just doing his thing, right? But the whole fighting thing, Bill and Devin wasn't on that. It was the security. Shout out to AC, who was in the middle, like E Honda, trying to stop the hose. That was Adrian Clark. That was the management of the Normans, right? But he was in workout gear, so thank goodness. So he, right? You see the woman, Jolene, everyone knows her. She's like one of those powerful people who are a very kind-hearted. She was like, what the? She was the one that was pissed off, right? You see that? And I'm like, go ahead, girl. Bill and Devin weren't happy with what the security guard did. They weren't. But they're not going to throw him under the bus. Devin was kind of like, damn, chill. Y'all don't see it on camera, but Devin is telling the security guard, hey, man, like on the low, stop. Bill, shout out to Bill and AC for trying to hash it out, because Brian Norman Sr. was unconsolable. There was nothing you could do with him. But them two trying, because all Brian Norman Sr. saw was, I think he got pushed to the ground. He got up. He saw his son mixing it up with this giant. So he was pissed. So AC and Bill, I just heard them saying, y'all effing the money up. Hey, you effing the bag up, man. Like they were trying to stop the whole shit, right? Everything. And here's another thing. The camera guys were like, this is expensive equipment. They were trying to keep the cameras shaking. They ain't trying to get the cameras, bro. DAZN did a great job too. Shout out to them. But when I got out of the way, a person who I don't know, okay, but he was an important person. He grabs me. He gets my attention. And he says, ShowBizz, you get hurt? In a way that didn't sound like he was asking. Get what I'm saying? He was like, ShowBizz, you get hurt? I was like, I get hurt? No. He said, you hurt? And I'm like, no. That lets you know how suey shit can get. So I'm looking like, oh shit. That gotta diffuse, right? Because, you know, dude is like, let me know. I'm like, yo, you get what I'm saying? I'm like, no, I'm not. No. The cool thing, and then that's when Bill left and was like, demote ShowBizz. So I'm going to show you the whole video. But the thing is, how much time we got? Got 15 minutes. Good. The thing is, I had a flight to catch. So I'm running out of time. I had to be at the airport. Thank God the airport, the flight got delayed. And that's a funny story. I'll tell you that later. But I was like, I'm about to miss my flight. AC is like, the next thing AC says to me after the whole fight, AC is like, hey, Biz, you're going to miss that flight. I thought he said, we're going to miss the fight. I'm like, the fight? Y'all not going to fight? He was like, no, you won't miss that flight. I'm like, oh, okay. But they still wanted to do Black Two Sugars. And I'm like, I'm looking at Brian Norman Jr. He got his shirt off, his shirt ripped. He said, hey, I'll run and get a t-shirt and do the Black Two Sugars. He's smart. Norman is so rough. He's smiling the whole time. He's smiling and joke. It's almost like the best thing that happened to him all day. I'm like, that's a rough character, man. He go get the t-shirt and he comes back and he said, hey, man, let's do the damn thing. He got that Southern, hey, let's do the damn thing. And he sit down. I'm like, yo, this is wild. And we do the Black Two Sugars. You'll see it. You'll see it. Let me see. Oh, shit, Biz. Think about Bill's point of view if you want his nemesis before you walked in the room. Brother, I was thinking about that, too. Bud made money growing trees. He did. I was thinking about that, too. I was also thinking I can't be in there. If they see me, somebody going to get a free lick. How they feel about me, somebody, you know what I'm saying? And I ain't got that kind of time. Let me see. Yes, I'm hurt. My neck and my back, bruh. So let's now, that is solid. Let's now play the receipts. Hold on, everybody. Where's the receipts? Receipts, motherfucker! Here we go.
Absolutely. Listen, I told y'all I was going to give a shot. Didn't I tell you? Didn't I tell you? You get a shot to me.
Let's go. That's what I'm talking about. Hey, I got a petition for you, Bill. I got a PD petition for you.
You can't break what's already here.
I just said, listen,
there,
real quick.
you messed up.
Did we pick him?
You let the wrong ones in. You let the wrong ones in.
So we picked
You
y'all.
let the wrong ones in the
So
door.
we picked y'all.
No, you signed the contract. We know what happened, man. We gonna stop that because
You
we know
some
what
ungrateful
happened.
Georgia nigga.
It ain't no
You, I swear to God, you, your son, listen.
But I'm gonna tell you what I do.
You're crazy.
How y'all get the opportunity at the belt, but once again, we so best to fight him. We
Listen,
got the
we're
belt.
giving you an
Yeah,
opportunity.
he got the belt.
Listen,
He got the belt.
We came to y'all.
He got the belt. He did not come to us. That's what you say. He did not come to us. You don't want to do that.
Hey. Hey, Patricia needs to be promoted and ShowBizz needs to be demoted. I'm out of here. Let's go over here. What did I do, dog?
I appreciate the love, though. On the gang.
And the thing is, me and Patricia, that's my girl. Like every time we see each other, we're like, yo, right? That's the homie, right? I don't even know what Bill was on because I was standing in Bill's line of sight. I don't know what he thought I did. I have no idea. I have, to this day, I have zero idea what he thought I did. But here's the thing. Brian Norman Bates is strong as hell. Their security is humongous. Brian Norman Bates dumped him. Y'all see the snatch up. Y'all don't see what happened. Check. Let me show you. Let me show you. Let me show you. Let me show you. Look at this. Look at this. He got him up by the shirt, right? He got him up by the shirt. He's smiling the whole time. Brian Norman Bates get under his armpit. Look, he's pushing him back. That's when I was thinking Wolverine. That's when I was like, hey, yo, the X-Men Revelation. He turns big man over and slams him. So while y'all talking about he got his shirt snatched, Brian Norman Jr. slammed the security guard. He pushes him back and then twists him. I'm like, he dumped him. I'm sitting there like, hey, little Brian. I'm telling you, dog. I'm telling you. Most people don't see past their noses. Oh, he grabbed his shirt. He choked him. He yoked him up. Y'all don't see past y'all nose. Finish watching. That's why I tell people, finish listening when I talk. Finish watching. Look, little Brian, their security guard, their security. Brian, look. Bruh, y'all look at the obvious shit, but y'all never finish. That's what I'm saying, brother. Y'all need boxing analysts when y'all watching the sport. One arm under the armpit, pushes him, and then look, uses torque and he breaks Big Boy down. He breaks Big Boy down. Look at Bill. He like, hey, yo, you breaking him down. I said, oh, shit. Oh, Biz, you think, we ain't see that uppercut you threw? I ain't do shit. Let me see. ShowBizz, nothing but new boxing network. Love you, boy. Bud was on Earth before the dinosaur. Love you, boy. Y'all, let me see. Norman, the real everything. I'm telling you, he's the real everything, man, dog. Listen, I got some more stuff to show you guys. Just to show you guys proof that of my patellas. This is my point of view. You see me back there smiling. Ain't nobody thinking about nothing. I got my phone out. I'm smiling, having a good time. Then home girl next to me says, hey, I think it's up. And I'm like, huh? You think what's up? She said, no, I think this shit's up. And I'm like, yeah, up. That's what I look like. Oh, shit, it is up. Right? And then I thought X-Men Revelation is coming out. I'm like, X-Men Revelation coming out, dog. And now, look, I'm back there against the wall. Now, my knees are straight as an arrow, all right? The push happens. The white guy falls back. That's when I'm like, hey, look, they push him right into my patella. I said, no, hell no. not the tellers, dog. Not my tender tellers. I was against. One more again. My tender tellers is all I was. Hey, I'm like, okay, I got the phone out. This gonna be good content for the war room and shit like that. Homegirl like, hey, Biz, I think it's up. I'm like, this ain't up. This is how it happens all the time in the hood. And then I look like, oh shit. It is up. They start pushing. I take a step back like, hey, oh shit, wait, X-Men Revelation is coming out. That's around when I thought X-Men Revelation is coming out. And then I take a step back and like, hey, he bumped into my. Look at my arm. Man, my patellas, you see, that's that bad knee Fred Sanford shit. I'm telling you, I was going to have a cricket leg. Like, I was going to have the bent knee, bro. It was going to go. It was going to. My knees were like this, bro. I looked at them joints. I'm like, yo, this shit about to go like this here. I had to walk off like Fred G. Sanford. Oh, shit. Let me see. Oh, God. Bud was found in a spaceship as a baby. Can you stop? Still a 10-10 yoke. Norman strong as hell though. Yeah, no, that was a regular. He just grabbed his shirt. He was bogus. He when you grab somebody like that, dude, when they're not looking, but now that they're engaged, he gets you once you're engaged. It's one thing to sneak somebody, but after he's been snuck, now we're engaged. Now it's me and you. And you lose that, the yoke means nothing. The yoke, let me see how the girl got more hood sister you Biz. Hey, that was, no, The problem is she has less hood sense than me. That's the problem. Y'all don't get it. I saw them doing that, and I'm just like, that's when you've been in the hood too long. So I'm just like, smile. Brian Norman Jr. too. You saw he was smiling, right? Like you just sit there like, I mean, yeah, she like, hey, it's up. I'm like, ain't nothing up about that. That's not up. And I'm like, oh shit. Because the security did that. What they were doing with Devin and Brian, that whole push, that wasn't. But the security messed it up. Let me see. Not my tender tellers, dog. My tender teller. Before the braids, Bud used to comb his hair with his fingers. Hey, y'all, damn it. The only thing missing was the beep and fire alarm from the altercation. Hey, Biz taking area of effect damage. Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. If this was a raid, I'm taking area of effect damage. People were running, too. They were running out of there, running down the hall and shit. Eva, my girl, the one that was like, yo, I think it's up. When I looked, she went this away. I don't even know how she did that. But that's why you see her outside looking like, y'all done? Let me see. Biz, how late am I? Love you, boy. Squad. You about 30 minutes late, brother. Oh, my God. That was funny, bro. And then after that, I had to do the Black Two Sugars. And then I ran to the airport, which... the fact that I'm here now doing the show is a damn miracle. It's a miracle. And I'll break that down once. I'm not sure we have time to break that down. Let me see. Biz catches strays. Let me see. She teleported, bro. I swear she was on this side. I look back for her. They push. Everything's going fast. I look back for it. I'm like, that was some scorpion. Like, that was fast. Like, I was like, well, damn. Then my patellas. I was like, hey, we got to get out of here. Let me see. Oh my God. Hey Bill, I got a petition for you. Dog, all that was funny. Where the screaming lady at the video? That's some hush. Yo, okay, Matt, that's the thing. She is a important person. Everyone loves her. Everyone loves her, bro. All right. I love her. You can't help but to love her. She loves boxing to death. She loves these kids. She loves Brian Norman. She loves all these kids, bro. You know what I'm saying? She's kind of like she's like auntie, right? She's like mama bear out there, right? So when she was hitting on them, she's hitting them like how mama run outside. So she like, what the fuck? What? Leave my babies alone. You know what though? But the security looked at her in a diabolical way, and that's when everybody was like, "Hey, bro." I mean, even Devin was like, "Hey, brother, that's Mama Bear, dog. What are y'all on?" Oh God, she was a black mom in the hood at that point. Oh my Lord. Let me see. Tank lady replied to Roach DM that no. Now, I mean, the only thing I can say about that is I'm not sure if the fight happens. Let me see. Am I wrong or isn't Norman Mr. 6 weeks? That's Mr. 6 weeks, bro. Hoodie Bill is a diabolical. Okay, so Bill had the hood on and stuff because he didn't do his hair or anything. Like his beard was up to his eye. He looked like a Yeti out here. Not to be funny, but I was just like, he wasn't really prepared. Like Devin, he was like, I'm not trying to be on video and shit. So he put the hoodie on and had it tightened. You know what I'm saying? This man was out here just a full Wookiee out here. Devin was clean as a whistle, so he was good. What I do like though, what I like most is Devin. Number one, like I keep saying, I have no problem with Devin. I think he's a good dude. He really is. But what I like most was Devin was looking around, like in the face-off. He was looking around, smiling and stuff. And you could tell that he was looking at Clubber Lang and he was rocking. He was kind of like, that used to be me. You get what I'm saying? Like, he's the young one coming from me. Like, Devin always was the one proving himself against everybody else. The Lomachenkos, all those guys. Pro Gray, right? He was the young one that everybody was saying, "Are you just a little whippersnapper?" But he's in a position where here's this Clubber Lang talking about he's going to knock my head off, putting his fist up and everything, and it's just like, well, I'll be damned. Can you imagine when the role reverse like that? You just kind of the role reverse, and you just kind of like, well, I'll be damned. I saw it in his face. I saw Devin like, well, that's all right. That's all right. Let me see. Do the Yeti Haney. Let me see. Boxing lit right now. Roach got the winner because no rematch. Yeah, I'm not sure if there's gonna be a rematch, man. That's really messed up. Okay, everybody. Hasn't started yet. It hasn't started yet. And I get why. Because the weigh-in just happened. All right, everybody made weight. If you guys don't know, Shakur Stevenson, William Zepeda. Shakur Stevenson flicked off William Zepeda's whole family. He put a middle. Shakur, yeah. Berlanga. I think everybody made weight, right? Everybody looking good. Puello, Matias, everything worked well. Berlanga was getting drug tested right before the weigh-in, so it kind of slowed up his. My thing about that is you already weight drain and then you get tested. Oh, I mean, you got to be like, something got to happen, bro. Like something needs to happen. Let me see. Take us a clown. Should have lost to Roach too. Yeah, he should have lost to Roach. I mean, even with, listen, man, the fight, it was a draw with a no knockdown. I thought Roach won without the knockdown, to be honest. You know, I broke it down by the numbers and everything. I'm like, Roach won that fight. But the thing is, they robbed him of the knockdown, so he definitely won because that was definitely a knockdown. It was definitely a knockdown. So he definitely won. You get what I'm saying? Like, it was almost a victory with the draw, but with the knockdown, he definitely won. Definitely won. Let me see. Bill Shiraz looked dehydrated at the foot. You know, that's what got me too. And I agree with you. Shiraz moved up and looked dehydrated. It reminds me of when Devin Haney moved up and still was sunken in and blinking against Ryan. I'm like, I want to say this too, real quick. Tend to teleport. Hey, I want to say this too, real quick. When you compare the frame, I was there. I was right there with Brian Norman and Devin. Even the first altercation in the lobby, when Devin was looking at him, he said that he was small. Devin was like, because Norman was like, I'm small. And then he touched his stomach and everything. And Devin was like, you pretty solid though. Like you're solid. So Devin he knows. He's like, see, for Devin, he's not cutting weight. So Brian is bigger than Devin. And he hasn't, you get what I'm saying? And he's in shape. He's not that far removed from his fight. So he's not that much different than that at 147. Where, you get what I'm saying? Like, that's Devin ballooned up. So Devin got to get in shape. And Brian's bigger than Devin. Devin has a bigger head, though. His head humongous. Biz, thoughts on Turkey having fighter sparring auditions for spots for I have no thoughts. Canelo card. If Serrano loses a close fight again, it's rugged robbery. Well, here's my thing, bro. I can't say if Serrano loses. What if she get knocked out? It's still a robbery, right? You gotta watch the fight. I think Katie obviously won the second fight. I watched it 3 times now. I watched it live, and I knew she won. I watched it 2 times after that. She definitely won. Serrano was throwing these flurry punches while Katie was hitting her with solid. Just look at the fight. Look at the fight again. Don't look at the fight again. She was rocking her ass. And it just makes me think, like, to your point, if the fight's close, they're going to give it to Amanda no matter what. That's how I feel. So the fight can't be close because Katie can get robbed this time. I've seen that happen. Somebody overcorrect a robbery, and the second fight, they actually won, and they robbed the other person. You know what I mean? So Oh, it started. All right, bet. Let me see. Oh, I haven't. No, it hasn't started yet. It's supposed to start in 9 minutes, 30 seconds. They changed it to 12:45. I think Amanda won the first fight. No, you tripping, Biz? We just disagree. You tripping, right? Like, stop doing that, bro. I disagree. What I'm saying is, I think Amanda won the first fight. I do, but the first fight was they all close, right? But I think Katie even got a point deduction and still won. That's how much she won. Like, everybody complained about the headbutts, so she got deducted, a point deducted. So she and still won. Look at the fight. You only seen it once. You know, a lot of people were rooting for Amanda, right? And they didn't like the way the fight went. But if you watch it, Katie won the fight. Katie won the fight. I watched it 2 times after that. Katie won the fight. The second fight just was clearer. Let me see. Berlanga getting KO'd and Kerr getting the stoppage. That's what I bet on my bookie. That's what I bet on my bookie. Let me see. Edgar, Shakur, Matias, Katayev, Sasumi, my bookie. That's yours? Edgar, Matias. That's your pick? Katayev. Really? You may be right. You may be right. I want to say this too. I was talking with the Mexican monster, David Benavidez. And it was funny because after I did the Black Two Sugars, Jose Benavidez, his father was like, yo, you should have emphasized the Mexican monster the way you do. I was like, oh, I didn't know. You know, here's a funny thing, man. I do certain things and I don't know if they will find it as disrespectful or not. And it's like, no, we like that shit. Honestly, bro, the only person with a problem is Bill Haney. And look, I'm talking to David Benavidez, right? And he is so awkwardly big, like his arms long, his legs long. You know how he's built, head big, and he's sitting there with the dimples and he got the smile. And I'm looking at him and I'm like, dude, he's big wrong. You know, like I said, Tyson Fury, just arms long. He's just like, yo, I'm like, bro, you taking up a lot of area. And it's kind of intimidating. Like, I'm talking to him, and I'm like, yo, you kind of intimidating. That may even be on camera, because I'm just saying what that may be on the Black Two Sugars. I'm like, dude, you don't look like you can't fight. Right? You look like a problem. So when I'm done with the Black Two Sugars, Ade is going to do his interview. And I talked to Ade, and I'm like, he kind of, that was a big guy, kind of imposing, you know. He was just like, he said, yeah. And he sits down, he's talking to Dave Benavidez. He gets up and he's like, hey man, he got like a intimidating. I said, no, before he stood up, when they said cut, he looks at me, he said, he got like an intimidating press. I said, brother, he got some energy about him. David Benavidez got some energy about him. Like, brother, you look like a Michael Myers type. Let me see. Ryan Garcia, do the Devin Haney, Mexican monster. Yeah, all that shit. Do you think Shadacia Green can beat Savannah Marshall? I got Savannah Marshall. Unless the layoff is too long. But I thought Shadacia got away with one her last fight. I ain't gonna lie to you. That's my girl, though. But I thought she got away with one. Her the undercard with Mike Tyson and Jake Paul, I thought she got away with one. Savannah Marshall is one of the best female boxers I've ever seen in my life. I'm going to say that. Her skill level is just tremendous. Lupe, too much cursing and words in boxing. Snack, hey, brother. Yeah. The N word is. I would love to get rid of that word. I don't think it's useful anymore. I would love to get rid of that one. Did you see Drake's BBL body? Nope. Zapata couldn't knock down a smaller Tevin Farmer. I doubt he can do much with Shakur. That's not facts, Lupe. Yeah. That's not, I don't think that's an appropriate comparison. I don't think that's an appropriate comparison. First of all, hold on. You heard Shakur comments on Sugar Ray Robinson? I did. And I have no comment. I mean, it was just mad disrespectful. First of all, oh shit, Javante arrested. Yeah, I know. You don't think you coming in 50 minutes late with 2,000 people in here, and you don't think we know about that? You don't think that was mentioned? You think that was like new for everybody? Anyway, where was I, man? Oh, first of all, I'm wondering if the Floyd Schofield, the third knockout of Tevin Farmer in the first round, was fool's gold. He caught Tevin slipping and overconfident, and he can swat, and he's energetic. I just wonder that one punch where he did that. I'm not sure if that means he's that much better than Tevin Farmer. I think it means Tevin made a mistake, and he caught him. You know what I'm saying? Plus, he can swat. I don't think Zepeda can swat like Floyd Schofield, but it could be fool's gold. It could be, is what I'm saying. It could be. I know people gonna be like, oh, I'm just think outside the box. It could be. Think past your nose a little bit. It could be fool's gold. And I think people can take too much from that and say, well, you know, Tevin Farmer went 24 rounds with William Zepeda. You know, Tevin knocked down William Zepeda. William Zepeda didn't do anything to Tevin Farmer. He didn't knock him out or anything. Look at what Schofield did and yada, yada, yada. I'm not sure. Like the triangle theory, I'm not sure. I think that's not the appropriate approach. I think it's something to take note of, but I don't think it's the appropriate approach. Let me see. People saying Zepeda and Farmer. Some people just have your number like Roach did to Tank. Roach can't do to T.O. or I don't know what he can do. He may be that bad. He may be a bad boy. He may have, and him feeling like he beat Tank, that can make him even better. You get what I'm saying? So, yo, it's mostly this. First of all, I agree with Biz. Tevin and Shakur are different. Tevin from the trenches of Philly, different style. It's different. I think it's a different thing. Just want to say congrats on your come up, DAZN and your channel. You're an inspiration. Love you, boy. Thank you so much. Yo, I'm going to tell you, bro. I'm going to tell you, ShowBizz to go. Love you, boy. I'm going to say this in front of everybody, bro. I love DAZN. DAZN get shit lit. Let me tell you why I love DAZN. All right. The two major reasons. The reason for boxing and the personal reason. The reason for boxing is if it wasn't for DAZN, if they didn't start when they started, I'm not sure what would have happened to boxing after Showtime and HBO dropped out. I'm going to be honest. What Netflix would have, they just did the specialty fights. I'm not sure what would have ESPN dropping boxing now. If it wasn't for DAZN put on a fight every weekend. To be honest, I'm not sure where boxing would have been. That's the Black Two Sugars. And I'm talking about internationally. I'm not sure where boxing would have been. While everybody is like talking shit, but think that they like boxing, act like they like boxing. I'm not sure. Everybody was dropping boxing. DAZN picked it up. While everybody gave a shit about the sport, DAZN picked it up. You know, it's like people are working hard for the sport, and we claim to like the sport, and all we do is shit on everybody who's working hard for it. Shit on Turkey, shit on DAZN. The Ring came back, all that, and everybody shit on all of that and say that they love boxing. I'm not sure you love one guy or something. That has nothing to do with that. I'm not sure why, if you claim to love boxing. I mean, they're keeping us, especially if you're a content creator, they're keeping us all with something to talk about. I'm not sure what would have happened. Shakur body looking a little soft for Zepeda. I thought he looked good. To take a bite, pause. Funny. Shakur might not take body shots like Farmer did. You know, Oscar De La Hoya said something like that. I didn't agree, but he said he looks a little soft around the sides. So I got to look at it again because I'm like, yo, I thought he was in dog shape. And Oscar De La Hoya was like, he's looking a little soft around the sides. Now, for the personal reason why I love DAZN is they never tell, and this is what I was telling Bill when Bill was like, so you're not being told an agenda or given a narrative? No. DAZN never, Eva, the girl that was next to me, was like, yo, I think it's up. And she left. Eva's in her 20s. She she didn't tell me to do anything. She was just like, okay, you're going to do the Black Two Sugars, and then you're going to do and go. They don't say what questions. They don't ask us to do it a certain way or anything. They like, I trust in what you are. That's why we want to collab with you, and go ahead. And the fact that, I mean, I'm just saying the first thing that the stuff I'm interested in. So I love that. I love that it's like express yourself, have the fighters express themselves. They're cussing. Fighters are cussing and shit. Like they just let everybody just be you. And it's very dope. It's very dope. Like I like that. I like that. Let me see. Damn, still not ready. Okay. I want to show you guys this real quick. I want to show you guys this. Let me give you guys a quick look at that real quick. Since I was wondering if this was going to happen since they're running back to back. Let's do a quick look at that.
Look at this. Somebody come look at this. Look at this. Somebody come and look at this.
Look at that. Look at that.
Check this out.
Ecclesiasticals chapter 9. Ecclesiastical chapter 9. That's the Old Testament. Ecclesiastical. God's been good to me.
Those books in the Bible, don't worry about DJ. Don't worry. Those books in the Bible are hard to say though. Are hard. I can't be the only one. I remember being in church as a kid, and they would be like, "Now let's turn to Psalms." You know what I'm saying? Chapter, verse. And yo, I used to be looking for Psalms heavy. I used to be like, damn it, here go that Psalms again, bruh. And I'm looking at everybody else's Bible, like, what page is that? What page? Because for me, it was Psalms. I know what Psalms. I'm like, Psalms. I'm trying to look at the book, the index. Brother, turn to Psalms. I used to be, so those, look, I ain't even mad at bro. I ain't even mad at bro. Let me see. Brother, get back to the pew. Hold on. When are you going to watch Superman? Brother, when I get the chance. Hopefully Sunday, because I got to call the fight Saturday, right? It's hard to do everything. So I got to put boxing first. So maybe Sunday. Maybe Sunday. Okay, everybody, hold on. Let me see. Oh, more time being spent. Let's go somewhere else. The beautiful Alicia Jamgardner.
Ladies and gentlemen, your co-main event tomorrow night, live on Netflix here in New York City. 10 2-minute rounds for the undisputed super featherweight championship of the world.
No love. No love. No love. No love. No love. No love.
I'm tired of settling beef with you niggas. I'm up in the ante with heat with you niggas. I won in my 40s with peace with you niggas. Don't make me be ShowBizz the street with you niggas. I'm eating you niggas. I'm eating you niggas. My stomach is straight.
That's back when I used to say the N-word. I said it a million times right there. All right, but listen. You know when she does the talking shit and she moves her head? She was in my face. Jamgardner was in my face this close. Not on purpose, but by design. Because I was trying to get past her to get to Wade Clemens, right? During the Mike Tyson and Jake Paul fight. So, because they wanted me to go on his podcast. So I'm trying to get by her. Not knowing it was her. Because it's like my butt, you know, she's behind me. You know, so I'm like, excuse me, you know, I'm not trying to, you know, because you never know. somebody may grab a finger and just thwink, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, so you really, I'm worried about that. So I'm just like, I'm trying to get by her. And then she was like, oh, you just gonna walk by me and not say nothing? And da-da-da. I'm like, wait, hold on. And I turn around. She's in that beautiful face, hair, everything. You gonna just say that and be in my, I'm like, Jamgardner. Hey, hold on. Let me see. She looks good. But AB kind of ruined it for me, dog. AB is diabolical with that clip where he was saying, dog. No, I told Biz a story. I told Biz. Let me see. Damn. Okay. Let's look at something else. They're not ready yet. They say they're not ready yet. Let's look at something else. Here's what I'm saying. Now, you guys heard when I said, you didn't say, yeah. No, I didn't. I said, oh, what up, girl? What up, girl? She was like, no, I don't want no handshake. When you see me, you acknowledge. Let me see. So listen. The press conference not ready yet. Let's keep talking. Remember, I told you when the scuffle broke out, and I moved out the way, worried about I think I said it out loud. I think I said my patellas. I think that's why my man was like, "You hurt, ShowBizz? You hurt, right?" And I'm just like, "No, I'm not. Like, I'm good." How suey things can get. Check out what Brian Norman Sr. said on his Instagram.
Sitting here contemplating, wondering if my last name was Haney, what would I do? Y'all gotta remember, y'all remember this? Y'all know I just had surgery, right? Y'all remember this? So I got one arm. So with the situation that went down today, what would I do if I was Haney? I would sue. But I'm a Norman. I ain't got time for it. We're gonna step on him, like we said. We're gonna step over him, like we said. And we're gonna get the bag, and we're gonna move on. That's what we're gonna do. That fake, I can't cut so much security guard they got. He gonna get his. We ain't worried about that. Y'all see that? Let's not forget that. I can't get active. But I bet that big old security guard got put on the ground by my little one.
That was the thing. All right. That's the thing with old warriors. Okay. Number one, he brought up, I can sue. You know, and I'm looking there like, hey, this shit can get suey. Like chop suey, dog. Wake up. But I'm happy they're not. Because I mean, dude, it's just, come on. Don't, you know, but you definitely, that was another thing, you know, you definitely don't want to jump on them. You don't want to jump on the Haneys because you just don't know, bro. You know what I mean? But the Haneys ain't doing nothing either. It was the security guard, but they're responsible for him. So it's like this whole thing. You know what I'm saying? But the thing about old warriors is I got scars out the yin yangs, surgical scars. He said, I got one arm, so I can't get active. I mean, you saw AC like, hey, and you saw Jolene like, what the, you know, when you our age, all you got is, hey, brother, hey, we ain't really got much. we ain't got much. Those days are gone, bro. So your best, even Bill legs was straight, his butt was out. Hey, he looking like a coach. Like I'm talking about a basketball coach. Like, hey, everybody, we're gonna run triangle. When you get our age, brother, all you got is hey. That's all you got. Let me see. Give me 2.5 minutes, maybe even 4. They had to make sure you weren't about to do the Devin Haney. Yeah. It may have been like, hey, Biz, what kind of brother are you? Let me see. Did you hear Boots wants 2 tune-ups before Ortiz? Yeah, that's probably what Crawford should have done. If you have a phone, you have a lawyer. Yeah, that's a fact. Okay, hold on. Let me give you some. Let me give you some more. Pause. We got the stare down. Katye Taylor, Serrano.
The main event the trilogy, live from the Mecca, Madison Square Garden. Tomorrow night, a record-breaking night, the biggest night in the history of women's boxing, headlined by these two legends for the undisputed super lightweight championship of the world. Katye Taylor versus Amanda Serrano.
Katie doesn't have much personality, does she? She doesn't. She ain't got really, you know, say Amanda got all that personality. That's another thing. You know, got her hair fresh. It's like you kind of want her to win. They upgraded security after Carnival guy. Funny. Bill was up there looking like Uncle Drew. Let me see. Oscar De La Hoya going on Joe Rogan this month. That's going to be fine. Oh God, that's going to be something else. You know, here's another thing. These guys are very, very swift when it comes with promoting. Bill Haney he's a promoter. He's a promoter. And if you don't fall into his game of promoting, it kind of ruins. Listen, bro. If you get too real with Bill, you kind of messing it up. Right? Like, at least that's how I see it. I still don't know. In my opinion, Bill is a promoter and a funny personality, in my opinion. So when he says, and ShowBizz get demoted, I'm out. Like, that just sounds like, you know what I'm saying? And ShowBizz get demoted, I'm out. Like, that is, if you take that seriously, you kind of messing it up. That's why when the security, you know, yoked up Brian and got flipped and all that, you're messing it up. He's good. It's fun. It sounds like it's a lot of shit, but it's fun. Like chill. Now, sometimes he could talk his way into, you know, somebody getting really pissed. But even still, try to chill. Because you messing it up. Because in person, he ain't gonna run up to you, you know, smack you in the head, or, you know, he's gonna say something. Oh, there he is right now. There he is. And all the cameras gonna come. The guy is a very good promoter. He got everybody disliking. But if you look at Devin, it's almost like Devin knows. So Devin just be smiling. Devin ain't, you know, but Devin can get too pissed for real. That's why Bill was just like, yo, man. Now you pushing people looking with the eyes. It's like, yo, man. Relax. He probably keep telling his son, hey, brother, relax, brother. We popping. That's why one of the first things Bill said when everybody was like, oh, there was a minute that's not on camera that I saw that everybody was at a locked position because Brian Sr. had his shirt off and Brian looked like he looks the part. Brian Sr. was sitting there. There was nothing. All he wanted was scraps. That's all he wanted. He was past the plan in the games. So AC is trying to hold him with one arm. AC kind of strong, though. Trying to hold him with one arm. And he got his other arm out. Brian Norman Jr. is smiling the whole time. He's, you know, he just, you know, that Brian Norman bait shit. He just like this was the best part of my day, right? His shirt off and everything's ripped, right? And Devin is, you can't even see Devin. He knows better. That dude got more money around his neck. He ain't got that kind of time. So Devin is so far away, you're going to need binoculars to see Devin. So Bill and AC is like right here. And they're both saying the same thing, but arguing. And it was the strangest thing. It was like they were trying to be right more than the other, and they're saying the same thing. So AC is like, it's over with. Yeah, cool him down, bro. Cool. And Bill's like, yo, cool down. Cool, brother. Cool your part. They both cool. Cool. And then everybody was cool in the game. And then they both are like, Bill's like, you're messing the bag up. Y'all effing the bag up. He's telling, don't F the bag up.
And AC is like, hey, man, we got money on the line. Oh, here we go. Here we go, y'all. Here we go. Here we go, y'all. Hold on. How the hell they change? Don't change shit. They done changed the whole display of StreamYard.
It was Roy Jones versus Joe Calzaghe, which was a really good fight actually. Roy dropped Joe early with a forearm shot actually, and then Joe got up. An old Roy Jones, let's not forget that. Yeah. I love Joe, but let's be realistic. And it was a really good exciting fight. Joe put on an absolute clinic in the end there to win quite comfortable. But good night. Right? Joe, I've known Joe since I was like 14. He's a great guy.
What are they talking about?
Fantastic boxer.
And hey, we've got the big fights on Saturday night, of course, at the Louis Armstrong Stadium, Flushing Meadows, New York. We saw the weigh-ins for that earlier on. If you haven't seen that, watch that on DAZN.
The funny thing is, every time I see Todd Grisham, he texts me like, "Yo, like he wants to hang out. Like, hey, you want to be in New York?" Like, yeah, I'll be there. He's like, "Yo, that's dope."
Anthony Yarde.
But we never bump into each other.
He's fighting champion after champion. But David Benavidez, the Mexican monster, doesn't look like a monster at 175. He went the distance against Vostok. He went the distance against Morel. Got dropped in that fight, whether it was a cuffing shot or not. But David Benavidez needs to prove that he's still that power puncher, knocking people out. He's going to get a great opportunity against a guy that's not going to go anywhere in Anthony Yarde, another beast.
Anthony Yarde, it's funny, Anthony Yarde, to judge his career because you judge him on his losses. He's done so well. So he went to Russia, Chelyabinsk, where Sergey Kovalev was from.
Well, hold on.
And did really well.
Your boy, Bob Arum. Bob Arum just said that he's going to make Keyshawn face the boxer.
That great saying from his training scene.
It's okay for Keyshawn, too.
It didn't quite work.
It's just everybody responded.
He dared to dream against Benavidez back in the UK a few years later. Put on a really great fight. Really pushed Benavidez. In the end, got stopped. Now he's up against another monster in Benavidez, and for British boxing, this is probably the second hardest
Yarde is kind of
title challenge.
Yarde is
Alan
kind of
Rudkin
bigger
in the
than
60s, a bantamweight from Liverpool who boxed fighting.
When I met him, both.
Oh, I mean, no,
like Yarde's legs are bigger, and he's kind of bigger.
In Japan against fighting
to be honest,
came up short. Then
he's shorter, but he's kind of bigger.
Rose in Australia just came up short. And then, of course, then he boxed. Then he went to boxing in America and got beat again, unfortunately. But a great run and challenge, willing to put it on the line. That's with Anthony Yarde. He's not afraid of the challenge, not afraid to risk it, and that's why you have to give him a chance.
I'm sure you remember all those fights from the 60s back in Liverpool, don't you, Sergio?
No, I do not.
All right, let's focus on the co-main event, which should be just as electrifying.
I have
the
a
main
reason
event.
why
Devin Haney and Brian Norman Jr. This fight kind of came together very quickly, Sergio, and it almost started yesterday in the hotel lobby. I'm sure you've seen the footage online, some fisticuffs there. What do you make of that matchup?
I got to give Devin Haney so much credit. Him and his father, Bill Haney, what they're doing, the belief they have in their son. I mean, since 2020, since he fought Gamboa, he's fought 9 straight fights against champions. 8 of them were champions. The other one was Ryan Garcia in the biggest fight of the year in 2024. I mean, what a Hall of Fame resume that Devin Haney's putting together. And the monster that he's going to face, dynamite in both hands. And Brian Norman, incredible matchup.
See, Brian Norman's one of those fighters who is not the sexiest of names in the division, so he gets overlooked. They tend to think he's not as good as of course, as Bruce Ennis and people like that. But he's a good fighter. He does everything right. And has power in either hand. So I think it's a real test for Devin Haney.
HLD,
Devin's always been
you should expand on that with the war room, because I don't know exactly what you mean.
Welterweight now. No,
but I feel you, though. But I don't know what you mean.
And that knockout over Sasaki, probably the leading contender for knockout of the year. He has
so big. You're behind,
he's younger than Devin Haney. Devin Haney's 26. Brian Norman only 24. I wonder the last time.
Oh, shit.
Welcome from Cleveland, Ohio.
How did that happen?
And now let's recognize and welcome the promoters. Mr. Frank
How the hell
Floyd
did that
from
happen?
Queensberry.
Abdullah
Mr.
Mason.
Eddie Hearn for Matchroom Boxing. Mr. Samson Lukowitz of Samson Boxing. Vice President of Boxing Operations for Bob Arum's Top Rank Incorporated, Carl Moretti. And we also welcome the COO for Ring Magazine, Mr. Rick Reno. And now, ladies and gentlemen,
Norman stay
it
fight.
is my honor
Norman
to introduce
fought 2 times in under a month.
Boxing Hall of Fame
And
ring announcer,
then signed
the
for
one
a
and
fight
only,
the next
the
week.
greatest, Michael Buffer.
This man he fought 2 fights in who we think he is? Sugar Ray Robinson?
Thank you, John.
Fought 2 fights in under a month.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, Saturday, November
And then
22nd,
signed for Devin Haney the next
at
week.
the ANB Arena in Riyadh,
Why
the
everybody
Kingdom
got
of
this
Saudi
Superman girl?
Arabia. It's
I saw-
Ring 4. Just like tomorrow
I
night,
saw Shiraz
a great
earlier
night
with
of
the Superman
boxing featuring 2 main events at the top of the card. And it's all brought to you by Riyadh Season, Sella, and GEA, along with Queensberry Promotions, Matchroom Boxing, Top Rank Incorporated, Devin Haney Promotions, Samson
he's on a
Boxing,
fighter
and
list.
Warriors Boxing. It's going to be another great night of boxing for your entertainment. World-class boxing, world championship boxing on the line. So let's meet the fighters for the first of our 2 main events for that date. This will be a 12-round contest for the WBO Welterweight Championship of the World. Let's meet the champion. A perfect professional record. 28 fights, 28 victories, 22 big wins by knockout. He's from Decatur, Georgia, USA. He's the reigning, defending, undefeated WBO welterweight champion of the world.
Brother, can you put on a shirt?
Ryan, the assassin to Norman.
He just doesn't. What is he wearing, bro? He just doesn't. I love them guys, man. Oh, wait a minute. Is that a little t-shirt? No, it's just he just wearing all black, bro. Wearing all black like just a Nike.
And his opponent, keep in mind,
look like he just
this
about to
is
work.
undefeated versus undefeated. Somebody's O has got to go. 32 victories in 33
Normans,
fights
man,
because
they
he
just
has won no contest. 15 wins by knockout without a loss.
There you go.
6 years
Evan likes you.
reigning as a world champion. He's recognized by Ring Magazine as one of the best in the world
always
today,
blinking.
pound for
You think
pound.
he's
The
terrified,
two-division,
but he's not. How you
three-time
blinking,
world
bro?
champion, fighting out of Las Vegas, Nevada, USA. The undefeated, a challenger this time, and he is Devin the Dream.
Why is Devin Haney? This is what I think is not fair. I love when they did it with Canelo and Bilbo and had Canelo come out. No, he came out last. That's that bullshit. Like, when they're the champion, they come out last.
In our second main event contest on that night, November 22nd. 12
like,
rounds
I
of
didn't
boxing.
appreciate that when
This is for
Bilbo
the
was announced first.
WBC.
And Canelo came out last. It's like,
Championship
then Canelo,
of the
and then Bilbo
world.
whooped his ass. It's like, bro.
First 27 victories,
That's mad.
24 wins by knockout. Only 3 defeats from London,
Regis wasn't saying
England.
that shit.
He's a former Commonwealth and Intercontinental champion. He's one of these fighters that nobody likes to fight. The beast from the East, Anthony Yarde.
Yeah, Anthony Yarde, man. Hey, I fist bump him, and I'm like, this guy, you don't want him to punch you in the mouth. You don't want him to punch you in the face, bro. Them mugs on that side wearing all black. Fighters over there wearing all black.
And speaking of fighters that nobody wants to fight, here's one that we all know has been avoided for quite some time. 30 professional contests, 30 victories, 24 wins by knockout. Fighting out of Las Vegas, Nevada,
Hey, fighters
USA.
crack me up. Hey, look at his collar under the jacket.
Two-division world champion.
Everything's just cricket. I love fighters, bro.
And defending
They don't,
WBC light heavyweight champion of the world, David El Monstro.
I love his jacket is over his collar and everything's crooked. I told you, fighters are nerds. I love them to death. I love them to death. Look, one collar bigger than the other and all shit. I try to tell y'all, they don't have a sense of like.
November 22nd, A&B
love
Arena, Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. Once again, a great night of boxing. It's Ring 4, 2 main events in one night. So here to take us through the rest of this press conference, our launch press conference, one of the star broadcasters from DAZN, here is Mr. Chris Mannix.
Chris Mannix is up there. Wait, what happened to Wade? Oh, Wade did
Thank
the.
you, Michael, and welcome everybody to the kickoff press conference for the Ring 4 to take place November 22nd.
David
Riyadh,
doesn't like.
Saudi Arabia.
I didn't know about
and
that.
can be seen exclusively on DAZN, as is the case with all
Yeah,
of
the
these
Normans
ring
pulled up in
cards.
a
This
Buick.
one
They
is
got to
stacked
jump before
from
they got
top to
here. and
bottom.
shit.
4
Normans got to
confirmed
jump.
world
They were like,
title
hey,
fights,
hey, hey,
which
can I
include
bother you? Can I
what
bother
think
you
is
for a
an
jump?
unbelievable light heavyweight
Like, no,
showdown between
everything
David
about
Benavidez
them is
and
just
Anthony Yarde, and Devin Haney's attempt to become
Just-
a 3
they
division
just-
world champion.
they just
He
rugged to
challenges
the
welterweight champ Brian Norman, who has fast become one of the most exciting fighters in all of boxing.
You didn't
If you
shake
on
Devin hand?
social
I
media
didn't
this
even-
week, you saw things kind of kicked off between
Did
them.
Devin try to shake his
already.
hand?
We're going to hear from the fighters on this card. I want to introduce some of the people that are here supporting them as well. And I want to start with Rick Reno, the COO of Ring Magazine. And based on these pressers, the flamethrower in chief over there with some of the rhetoric. What do you got, Rick?
Well, for a change,
Oh, shit. This guy.
for a change, they sat me next to a proper Brit for this press conference.
Well,
And
Frank Warren got the best
I gotta say,
stable in
this
the.
is a
I don't care
sensational,
anybody say. He got the best
sensational
stable
card
in the
top to
world.
bottom.
Like his shit.
The Mexican monster, David Benavidez, one of the most exciting fighters, pound for pound, in the sport. But he's got a tough assignment on his hands with the man to my right, Anthony Yarde. The Mexican monster.
David Benavidez got the gift of gab,
This time
bro.
he's got to face a beast. And I think might have been Yarde.
Stacey
and
Kitchen
Steen
said
who
this is
said
the
it
best card.
recently.
I can see that.
There's no Tom and Jerry here. It's Tom and Tom.
Tom
It's
and
going to
Tom.
be a train wreck. I expect these guys to go right into it, bombs away, and I certainly.
what are you
do
gonna
not
say about
expect this
Devin and
fight to
Norman,
go
though?
the distance. It's going to be a war. Co-feature. These guys have already started the festivities early, as everyone's seen on social media. Brian Norman, fast becoming one of the biggest knockout artists in the sport. Devin Haney, pound for pound, one of the best boxers in the sport. It's going to be a sensational matchup. You know, Brian's power against Devin's speed and technical abilities.
Watch the Tom and Jerry.
I think
shit.
the styles are going to mesh very well.
You think it's gonna
then
mesh well?
We got Sam Noakes right here. I know Frank believes he's the next superstar in the sport.
Dude, Samich Noakes.
I know Top Rank believes
is
Abdullah Mason is the
hilarious.
next superstar in the sport. Only one of those guys is going to walk away with their O. Another fight I'm looking forward to. And
Hey, Matt,
can't
who you
forget
got?
about Bam
Samich
Rodriguez
Noakes
against Fernando
or
Martinez, one of the
Sugar
best
Abdullah
fights
Mason?
to be made in lower weight classes.
Why are they
Bam's
both
currently not here.
undefeated
He's in
this
training
young,
for his upcoming
fighting
fight
each other
Cafu, which
with
is no
knockout power?
easy
Like, what are they
assignment.
on?
But provided he gets through that, he's got to deal with that man over there, which is an even more dangerous assignment. And I really, really look forward to this card. One of the most stacked events in the last
Dog,
couple
Sam
of
and
years.
Noakes can
And
crack.
I'll turn things back over to you, Chris.
Thank you, Rick. Frank, we were proper Brit, Frank. We were just talking off stage about kind of how these events just keep on coming. They keep moving. These big event after big event. Another one happening November 22nd. And you've got two guys on this card looking to become world champions.
We have on the 22nd of November, we're in the world capital of boxing, which is Riyadh. They've taken over. And every show on
World capital of
every
boxing
show,
is
every fight
Riyadh?
have been great fights, fabulous shows.
Hey,
and
man.
this main event is something special. Just
Hey,
as Rick
Frank.
said, it's going to be a war. As soon as that bell goes, styles make fights. It's going to be in your face, the pair of them. They'll be throwing bombs. It'll be a shootout.
Damn,
And
that
I'm
he may
telling
be
you, you
the
will not
world
be
capital
disappointed.
of.
It's gonna be
I
a
gotta think about that.
fantastic fight. Anthony Yarde comes to fight.
That's.
His dream is to win the world
I would
title.
still think it's
His
Vegas.
first shot at
Yeah, y'all
third
thought it was
shot.
Cat. Yeah, I thought
And
it was.
his other
I would
two,
still
he
think
was
it's fake.
very,
Vegas.
very lucky, unlucky, I should say, to have been beaten by Golovkin. Kovalev. That fight, he was
Golovkin.
winning that fight.
Yeah, Frank.
And he got his tactics right. He'd have won it, and he gave
Benavidez.
he gave him his toughest fight to date at that time. But look,
Frank said, "I'm getting
comes
old,
to
bro."
fight. He believes
Didn't he
it's
get
his
shot in the
time,
head or something? Like he
and
like, man,
David,
I'm
who
getting
I've
old. I
the
got
utmost
shot in the back of the
respect for,
head.
he's
I ain't
another
got
great
that kind of
fighter. He's done everything that's been asked.
Your
of him. I'll
live
tell you what,
reactions
he's
are
gonna
go
have
to
a-
biz when
he's
you
gonna have his hands full on the 22nd.
when you did the Floyd
Speaking about our guys, our other young guy on there,
press conference. I was
Sam Noakes with Abdullah Mason, as you said, somebody's always got to go. Between them, they've had 36 fights and 32 KOs. So you know it's going to be explosive. You know it's going to be all action. I'll tell you about Sam Noakes. He is non-stop.
Yo,
As
I'm
soon as that
feeling
first
weird.
bell goes, he's on you.
What's Sugar
He doesn't
doing
stop
fighting
throwing
Sam
punches.
Noakes?
You're going to love him. I promise you, you're going to love him. And again,
Noakes
we've got
like
respect for
27
Abdullah,
and-
but this again's going to be a
Look,
fantastic fight. The other two fights,
Sugar's
on there,
sitting there like,
Brian
I
Norman,
don't
Devin Haney.
what a great fight that's going to turn out to be. And then obviously,
Sugar doesn't care.
we hope that Jesse comes through his fight against Cafu next week, and him and Rodriguez again.
No, Sam, no.
Fight. Three belts on the line. Great super flyweight fight.
Yeah, tremendous card, top
They
to bottom.
think Sam
Eddie
knows
Hearn,
over there.
You guys not even here, and you're taking shots like a pinata over there.
Yeah, I don't take anything personally for Rick. We're secret friends, and I promise to consider his CV when he's out of work in 6 months.
Yeah,
So
Sam's like a welterweight.
Now that he represents Jack Catterall as well,
I
and he's
think his
landing in a
last
big
fight
fight on
was
the
at
Riyadh season,
140. It
so
wasn't
I
at
have to respect
135.
it, you know.
I know Eddie owes me a little bit of a finder's fee. I've got Jack a bigger fight than Eddie's gotten him in the last couple of
Well,
years.
You are the king of boxing right now, Rick. So we bow down to you, and thank you for everything. His Excellency just called. He said he needs a cup of tea back at the place. So, look, I think we've seen so many times. How many times we said this is the best card, this is the best night, and he's done it again. His Excellency. It's a real interesting mix of fights. Every fight on this card should be a main event in its own right, but now we're seeing these monster cards, and for us, I'm here on behalf of Jesse Van Rodriguez, who has made his way onto the pound-for-pound list. I think this is one of the top talents of the sport, and to see a fighter from those weight classes get the recognition on that list goes to show you his quality. Next week, live on DAZN, we are at the Dallas Cowboys, where he will attempt to unify the division against Cafu in a very dangerous fight.
Yeah,
and when he comes through that, we'll be taking on the man down the right, Fernando Martinez Puma. Shout out to Louis de Cubas. Me and him have been trying to make this fight for a long time.
Taylor
This is a fight that will really
Garcia,
signify greatness in the division.
Chill.
This man to my right, we got great history, and one thing you can't deny is his resume and his achievements.
Eddie be at every
they speak for
press
themselves.
conference, no matter what.
He will fight anybody, and it's a great fight against Brian Norman, who's coming off a big win. David Benavidez, the monster. What a
Dude,
fighter.
Sasaki was a huge win. Sasaki was about to be a star in Japan, like Sam Noakes.
And now Benavidez.
Sasaki was like the Sam Noakes of Japan.
As well, Abdullah Mason, that looks to be one of the top stars in the sport. But Sam Noakes is a tremendous fighter, very dangerous, very heavy-handed. And that's a life-changing opportunity in a division that's opening up very, very quickly. So congratulations to Turki Al-Sheikh. It's going to be a pleasure to be back in Riyadh. Seems like it's been a while now. Let's get tomorrow night out of the way.
Was like,
ring cards keep on going. Incredible moments for the sport, and good luck to all these great fighters.
Remember when Matt brought that up like a month ago, like a couple weeks ago?
Lukowicz, you've brought a lot of good fighters to the U.S., worked with a lot of good fighters. Manny Pacquiao, Sergio Martinez. You've got a special one
we made it.
In David Benavidez. Was putting together a year that, we could be talking about his fighter of the year. He comes through this one.
God willing, first of all, I want to say to Turkish Al-Sheikh for the opportunity. It'll be the first time that I'm working with them. I hope so. It will not be the last one. To Al Heyman and PBC. And I can tell you, Luis de Cuba Jr., I don't know how he did, but I'm 30 years in this business, and he closed the deal in 48 hours.
Wow.
And signed contract and POS and the whole yard. That didn't mean that when promoters want to get together, and you want the best fight, you can make it in 48 hours.
Is he
can
talking
be an
about
example.
Benavidez Yard?
With Anthony Yarde, I really
Yard
I
Yard
appreciate
wanted that fight too.
to take this
Like
fight
Yard, dude.
because Tom and Jerry, that it was the best line that I ever heard in boxing, or one of the best. I don't know who is Tom, if it's the king or Jerry is the king. I don't know, but that one, he didn't want to fight Anthony Yarde. He didn't want to fight. He didn't want to fight Benavidez. He didn't want to fight Bobo Andrade. He didn't want to fight Morel. But Anthony Yarde, he took the fight in less than 48 hours. Thank you very much to everyone. And God bless you.
Yard wanted to fight
Thanks,
immediately. That was
Carl Brady,
diabolical.
top rank. Thanks for dressing up. Jersey best. You've got a couple of guys on this card. Brian Norman, the new welterweight champion, had on a great run. He's taking on Devin Haney. A lot of talk about the power being the advantage for Brian Norman. What are the other advantages you think he has?
First of all, thank you to everyone putting the show together, His Excellency, DAZN in Riyadh season, of course. Are we talking shit or are we just being nice?
Do whatever you want, man.
Yeah.
So is Bill's here. So he was just honest, about VADA testing and everything like that. The power's natural. The VADA paper's in. I know Devin's always tested negative, and, the proof will be in the pudding. We got a result back on Devin's side that he's tested negative as well for confidence. And we're going to show that, you know, come November 22nd. We talked about this in the office. There you go. And then, you know, we talked about what our advantages are and should we take the fight. And, you know, how do you not respect Devin Haney? Look what he did to our featherweight champion, Lomachenko. You know, incredible. You know, right down to the end.
Champion. He is.
And the only other advantage I see is, you know, we're not exactly going up against Eddie Futch and George Benton on the other side, but that's okay. You know, we'll be ready for this fight.
He is the hell out of Devin.
It's spicier and spicier every time. You're also promoting Abdullah Mason, one of the best young prospects in all of boxing. You guys are known to be excellent matchmakers. He's only had 2 10-round fights going to this fight. What gives you the confidence he's ready for this type of opportunity?
You know, honestly, from a matchmaking point of view, Abdullah's probably never fought anybody like Sam Noakes. But in the same token, Sam Noakes hasn't fought anybody like Abdullah Mason. But you know what? You throw him out there, you see who wins, and you go from there. And if somebody loses, so what? You know, it shouldn't be a death penalty and keep going.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
We're going to hear from some of the fighters now. And I want to start at the end with Puma Martinez, 115-pound champion. It's got to be a strange feeling for you, Puma, as I think we have a translator out here somewhere.
I'm just tripping on
it's got to be a strange
and
feeling
Bam
for you to
fight even
be
happening
going into a fight when your opponent has another fight
in
a couple of weeks. Is it strange at all to be here today?
Tiene que sentirse un poquito raro que tú vas a una pelea donde tu oponente ya tiene una pelea en el calendario. ¿Cómo tú te sientes?
I mean, what gets me, I saw Martinez.
Hola, muy buenas tardes.
Sí,
la verdad que sí, un poco raro, un poco inmediato, pero la verdad que era lo que esperaba toda la gente, lo que quería toda la gente. La verdad que estoy muy agradecido con los promotores, Turki y Luisito de Cuba Junior, así que muy contento y la verdad que esperando ese día para poder
now we got to wait for the translator.
You know what I'm
saying? Translator's been diabolical lately, bro. Y'all talking about a better video.
But he's very grateful for the opportunity, grateful for all the promoters that put the show together, and he's going to come prepared to do his job.
You're coming off 2 biggest wins of your career against Kazuto Ioka. What do you think you showed in those fights?
Está saliendo de dos ganancias.
He said dead press conference. Well, that's because you haven't gotten to the fighters yet.
Sí, la verdad que peleé con dos grandes campeones que ya venían hace un montón, que no venían de perder 10 años seguidos consecutivos. Y la verdad que agarré mucha experiencia.
Fights are happening.
Y la verdad
I'm
que
calling
vamos a
Katye
dejar
Taylor
esa experiencia
fight tonight.
para el 22 de noviembre para demostrar a toda la gente que somos los
I can't be everywhere at once. It's like boxing is going so fast.
And on November 22nd, I'm going to show the world that
I just came home from a fight.
But the main thing that he got out of those fights was his experience, and he's going to show that on November 22nd.
You get this fight November 22nd. If Bam Rodriguez comes through his fight against Fumalela Kafu next week in Frisco, Texas, do you have a prediction on that fight?
¿Tiene una predicción en la pelea con Bam Rodriguez que va a pelear? Sí, yo creo que Rodríguez puede ganar por knockout. Rodriguez by knockout. All right, we'll see what happens.
Next week's time, Frisco, Texas, Bam Rodriguez against Fumalela Kafu. Looking forward to that one as well. Let's go down the end over here. Sam Noakes.
Here we go.
Around you a little bit this week. I don't think there's a happier guy to be in New York City than you.
Yeah, I'm buzzing to be here. It's a great event, but I think my family would agree that I ain't always happy. But how can you not be happy with the stage I'm on? And it's a beautiful city as well.
What have the last couple of months been like for you? You were trying to get a shot at Keyshawn Davis. He winds up having to vacate that title. Now you get Abdullah Mason. How are you feeling about this matchup?
I think obviously we've been trying to get in this position for a little while. I think it's not just crept up out of nowhere. We've been working for it since obviously being pro and then keep working up the WBO rankings. But listen, if it's not Keyshawn, it's Abdullah Mason. I think it's a great fight.
It's not Keyshawn.
I've never been in there with anyone
like him. He wanted Keyshawn.
He's never been in there with anyone like me.
Let's ask about you. Talk about you. 17 wins, 15
I get
coming
that.
by way of knockout.
I get
How would
that.
you describe
Abdullah
your style?
Mason don't have a crazy amateur background.
Probably rough and ready, to be honest. But listen, I do what I do. It don't look pretty, but it gets the job done.
Function on, that's
You're just getting into your training for this fight training camp for this fight. When you look at Abdullah Mason, though, what you've seen from him, what do you see?
He's a real nice fella, to be honest with you, boys. Obviously, I've seen him and his old man yesterday, but that's how it should be. Like, I've got no problem with Abdullah Mason.
Yeah, Abdullah Mason is a well-behaved, like he's a great
kid.
kid.
That fight, Sam. Appreciate it. November 22nd.
He's a great kid. I think he's a superstar in the making.
You're a young guy, man. 21 years old. Just a few years.
Yeah,
in the
he's
game.
Sugar Abdullah. Like he's about to be Pepsi commercial.
This is a huge card. You know, this is a big step up in terms of the magnitude of the fight card that I'm fighting on. Four world championship fights, so this is something different for me, but it's gonna be the same thing. I'm still inside of a square circle, you know, with an opponent that I'm prepared for. So we're gonna be in there scrapping with 8-ounce gloves on, and I'm prepared to, you know, come home with that title.
You've been climbing the rankings.
Abdullah's kind of
very
crazy.
quickly. Did you think that this
opportunity
would come so quickly?
Yeah, I did. I seen it coming, and before the Sam Nose fight was made, I was already ranked number 2 in the WBO, so it would have came earlier, you know, or later. But I'm prepared for it. You know, I started this year out as boxing's, you know, like top prospect in the sport, fighting 8-rounders, and now I'm contending for a world title. So, you know, I'm prepared for it, and I knew I'd be here. You know, as long as I'm staying focused, we're gonna keep coming out the same way.
I'll ask you the same question I asked Carl Moretti. You've only had 2 scheduled 10-round fights. What gives you the confidence that you're ready to potentially go 12 for a world title?
I know what I could do inside the ring, and with the right preparation, you always see the same thing time and time again. You know, ever since I turned pro, I've been putting on amazing performances. You know, with each step-up fight, and I feel like this is going to be the same thing, no different.
Yeah, very old
Looking forward to that fight. 135-pound title on the line between these two men, November 22nd. I'll go back to the left. Brian Norman, been a hell of a year for you, man. You go into Giovanni Santillan's backyard and you pick up a version of the title. You go to Jin Sasaki's backyard and you pick up a title. What do you think you've shown people over the last 12, 13 months?
Obviously not enough, because I still got some doubters out there. So I'm still showing y'all each and every day. But besides the fact, everybody ought to grade credit to how great the card is. So I got to look out into the crowd. Y'all do know Mike just came in and announced this thing. Y'all know how legendary that is. You got B-Hop right here in the crowd. I just talked to Antonio Tarv in the back. You still got to see me about Roy Jones Jr. But, man, it's going to be a great event.
You said this week that people believe Devin has the blueprint to beat you. What are the kind of things you've been hearing? What do you think? Do you think people are still doubting you going into this fight?
I just said that. I mean, that's what it is. People keep doubting. They've been doubting my whole life. That's why I got a big old chip on my shoulder. And shoot, yesterday even amped it up even more. So y'all boys let me get too comfortable. Y'all let me get my hand back, man. Time is up, man. It's time for y'all to get up out my sport. Y'all tearing it up anyway.
Damn.
You got great power in this weight class. Do you think you have other advantages over Devin?
I mean, that's what everybody keep looking at. They keep looking at the power, but the power don't mean nothing if you can't land it. So you got to have some kind of IQ. You got to learn how to put that thing together. So I'm going to show y'all something different come this fight.
Looking forward to that. Appreciate it, Brian. Devin,
I'm telling you, he's a full package.
An interesting few months for you as well. We thought it was going to be Ryan Garcia, then maybe it was going to be Teofimo Lopez. Now you're going to be a full 147 challenging Brian Norman for this belt. Why was this the right fight for you?
First off, I want to thank Allah, alhamdulillah, for this
there you
opportunity.
Go, brother.
Another shot for me to become 3-division champion. Brian Norman is just another guy, you know. Been at this level for a long time. Brian Norman, this is his big moment. This is his first time here, and I'm here to show him that it's levels. I'm on a total different level than him.
Go ahead. But talk that talk.
I'm happy for this opportunity.
Why do you believe that you're on a different level than him? He's obviously the champion at 147. What gives you that confidence?
I don't know nobody that he fought. He's never knocked out nobody at the top. I know he's going to say, oh, well, you're going to be the first one. Yeah, okay, it sounds good. We've heard this before. But he's never done this at the highest level. I've been at the highest level for 7-8 years now.
Right. I guess you disagree with that on him being on a different level than you.
I mean, everybody can believe what they want, but actions speak louder than the words. Come November, I'm down to prove that.
What do you think a fight like this looks like on fight night?
I think it's one-sided. I'm going to go in there and handicap him. I know that he has power. We all know they got power. but against guys we've never seen before. We've never heard of these guys before. So I will show him that, you know, power is good. Muscles is good. He's a muscle. He got a lot of muscles, but muscles don't win fights at the high level. Of the best of the best, it don't matter how much muscles you got, how much power you got. I will show him.
Go ahead. To fight above 140 in your last fight. Now you're fighting at full 147. What do you think the extra weight has done for you?
It don't matter. I'm levels above this guy. It don't matter what weight. We could do that 140, 145, 143, 47. It don't matter. I'm levels above him.
All right.
Go ahead.
147-pound title on the line. Devin Haney against Brian Norman. Let's go to the main event. Anthony Yarde, you have faced the very best.
Dang, they didn't let Norman say
every single time. No one can question
ahead,
your
Dan.
resume and your ambition to fight the best. You got another guy in front of you, undefeated, best fighter, one of the best fighters in all of boxing. What are you expecting from this
Everything is
challenge?
old school with Brian. Blue collar. Yeah, I love Brian.
Entertainment. I think he's expecting the same. Again, we spoke yesterday.
These two guys, real recognize real.
There's a lot of
Yarde
respect
and
there, but
Benavidez
he
love
knows what I'm
that
bringing
they're
to the
fighting
table.
each other.
I've seen him fight. I respect him a lot as well, and I feel like when I respect somebody, you're going to get the best version of me.
Yeah.
So I'm excited.
They excited
You have
to
faced
fight.
guys like Archer Beterbiev,
This is
guys like
ridiculous.
Sergey
This is
Kovalev,
ridiculous
guys that fought the highest level at
Nathan versus
175.
50 fight.
What
I
did you
believe that.
learn from those
Versus
experiences?
number
Do you
two
think they
prospect.
made you a better fighter?
Would make Mason.
I learned a lot, but
he's better than
it don't matter.
Yep.
Different fighter in front of me, different style, and I'm a firm believer. We've seen it in history. Styles make fights, and he knows I can hit. He can hit too.
Jackie said, I
And,
thought that was a brother
in
from down the
boxing,
street.
One punch can change a fight.
Yarde from
It's
UK.
not like I'm just going in there swinging, trying to look for a lucky punch. I'm calculated as well, and I feel like the boxing fans are in for a very entertaining night of boxing.
This is going to be a
You've
tough
lost those
fight.
two fights
I keep
against
saying this.
Kovalev and Beterbiev in the final stages.
But
of the fight.
Benavidez
This
is
a
so
man
good,
with a relentless
skill-wise.
motor.
People don't
Goes
realize
full
that.
speed all the time. What do you have to
He's
do
so
to
skillful.
win this fight?
We have to wait and see. Keep him off of me, push him back. He said that he's coming forward. I said, I'm coming forward. I said, in the UK, there was two twins named Cray twins. Don't know if you've seen the movie Legend. And then one of the twins say, I don't know if I can swear, but I want a fucking shootout. And that's what I want. I want a shootout. He wants a shootout.
Yeah.
Bring the artillery.
Hey,
I appreciate it, Anthony.
Lunacy
David, he
is
wants
back.
a shootout. I'm going to guess
Lunacy
that
is
you're okay.
back in boxing, bro.
Yeah, I'm perfect with that. First of all, I want to thank God. You know, I want to thank Turkey Al-Sheikh. I want to thank my father, Jose Benavidez, Al Heyman, Samson Lukowicz, my wife, my whole family. You know, it's been a great year for me so far. Now we got another great fight on the table.
Hey,
Anthony
stop
Yarde, he's a
calling
tremendous
KSI,
fighter.
y'all.
He has a lot of experience. This is his third time at a world title, so I know he's going to leave it all on the line, you know, November 22nd. But like I said, you know, I like to go to war too. I'm not going to back down from him. He's not going to back down from me. So let's have some fun November 22nd. Let's give people what they want to see.
They
You're starting to
love
stack some
that is
quality
about to
wins
be
together.
savage.
Demetrius Andrade, Caleb Plant, David
They
Burrell.
love it.
Do you think you're finally getting the opportunity to show the kind of fighter that you are?
Yeah, definitely. And that's really what motivates me most at the end of the day. I want to set an example to everybody in light heavyweight division that even if they come in the best, there's nothing I could do. You know, this is my time. You know, that's why I want to fight the best out of the best, because I don't want to just show the people. I want to show myself. I want to know that I'm the baddest man on the planet, and that's the route I'm taking.
This guy's fought guys like Beterbiev. He's fought guys like Kovalev. Do you believe you're on an even higher level?
Yeah, I believe, you know, me against anybody, I put myself against anybody at the end at the end of the day. I feel like I'm the best in the world, and that's why I'm here to show it. I want to show that I'm the best in the world against the people. that are
David
really good, that have a
Benavidez
lot
has
of
some of the
experience.
best mic
But like
skills
I
in
said,
boxing,
any
and I've been saying that
shot
too.
to change the fight. So like I said, he wants to go to war. We're okay with that. Let's go to war.
2 straight decisions in your last couple of fights.
Ooh.
Think that ends with this one?
To be honest with you, I'm just gonna be focused. You know, I'm gonna go in there, do what I gotta do, execute my game plan, and I think that'll be enough. You know, I see a lot of openings in them, and like I said, it's just gonna be a fun fight, bro. I think at the end of the day, once people think about the ring card 4, the ring 4, they're gonna look at this event like this is one of them events that's gonna live in history for a long, long time.
Wow.
Me, Anthony Yarde, Devin Haney, Brian Norman, Abdullah Mason, Bam Bam Rodriguez. Man, this card is stacked from top to bottom, and I'm honored to be a part of this card. And I know everybody's gonna be putting their best on the line on this day, but I want to steal the show. So Like I said, I want to have some fun this November 22nd.
Let me ask you this to follow up. You've seen the guys he's fought, the guys he's beat. Do you think you're on a different level?
Again, I'm a realist. I'm very confident in myself. But I like to be real. I haven't been a world champion yet. Yes, I thought Beterbiev gave me his hardest fight. Fought Kovalev. Went out to Russia when I was 18-0 prospect. Everyone was saying, "What are you doing? Why would you do this?" But it's my character. But I haven't been world champion yet, so I'm a realist in my head. I'm not on this level yet. I've got to go out there and prove myself, and I think he knows that. I'm not a joker. I'm not going to go out there and, I'm not looking for a payday. I didn't take step aside money for Kovalev, and I got paid the same for fighting Kovalev in Russia. So it's not about the money. Yes, it's about the money because we all need to feed our families, but we're chasing something. I want to look in the mirror and really see myself. Some people look in the mirror and they're not happy. They're lying to themselves, or they got, things in the closet. They're not really proud of themselves. They don't really believe the things they're saying. When I look in the mirror, I know who I am. And that's the kind of person Benavidez is fighting. So I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. So,
I think everyone's looking forward to it. November 22nd, Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, the Ring 4 live on DAZN worldwide. Another stacked card from top to bottom. 4 confirmed world title fights. You never know who else is going to wind up on one of these cards. We're going to take a break here, get these guys together for some early face-offs. For now, go back up to you guys in the studio.
In the face-off, I want to see, of course, Brian Norman and Devin Haney face-off. But I want check out
only on July 12th, Ring 3. Berlanga versus Shiraz and Stevenson versus Cepeda. They're in their prime, they're hungry, and they're done being called the future. This isn't about the future, it's about now. Because in boxing, legacy isn't handed out. It's taken. 4 rising kings.
I got Bam Bam.
2 brutal battles.
I got Bam. I think Bam's a perfect fighter. But as far as Zurdo, I want to see Zurdo versus Jake Paul next. And I know y'all like that's diabolical. Since Jake Paul calling out people and he called out, said Zurdo was slow. Yeah, go ahead, Zurdo. Go ahead, Zurdo. Get to the bag and be the one to demolish, because that's a one-sided. Like, that's throwing a damn towel, tear dropping, bubble snot popping. Like, that's lump in the throat. What Zurdo would do to Jake. Jake! Oh, you mother. Like, if I see that fight is made, and don't forget, I'm not sure if you saw it, but Jake Paul was with His Excellency Turki Al-Sheikh, and Turki doesn't like Jake, but they doing so. Oh, look, here we go.
It's a real opportunity for young Sam Noakes here. I mean, against the younger and brilliant Abdullah Mason, sorry, I should say.
No, I really like Mason.
Going to say, yep, I knew
future. You actually reminds me of a little bit of a Devin Haney when he started coming out, high ceiling, just a charisma.
You ain't lying.
High fight IQ. This man has power.
Yeah, come on.
To be on this big stage, very exciting.
And also, Sergio, in his vulnerability being dropped a few times, he's shown he has the mettle to get back up and get the job done. So his technical prowess is fantastic. His power's good. That little bit of vulnerability that makes him more of an exciting fighter to watch. So, yeah, he's a real future star.
Among Moses and Brian Norman.
To push and shove contest in the hotel lobby. Let's see if they're a little more professional today. Devin Haney.
Yeah, Devin stepped back a little bit.
Brian Norman Jr. Both these fighters undefeated, but it's Haney that'll be the challenger.
This man keeps taking champion after champion. Ever since 2020, since he fought Yuriokis Gamboa, he hasn't looked back. 9 fights, 8 champions. And the one champion he didn't face was one of the biggest fights last year in Ryan Garcia. That man right there, Devin Haney, building a Hall of Fame career at only 26 years old.
Haney looks just as big, if not bigger, than Norman. He's moving up.
Every time I see Haney, I just think, how did you weigh lightweights? How are you a lightweight? How are you ever 9'9"? It's unbelievable.
Norman's not intimidating.
That guy was. He is
so
massive for the weight,
like,
but he's
what are you
technically
doing
very, very good.
So that you can
he slows you down. He takes away your jab, he takes away your strength, and he dictates the pace.
Yeah, but that size doesn't translate into power. And that man, he's going to fight from Georgia. Dynamite in both hands, man. One of the hardest punchers and at a long reach as well. For 147, long arms, big power.
You knew to push
what a fight.
Haney
You knew the
not
push
happy
was
that
going to
Norman
happen.
was trying to
Brian
step
wa-
in
Brian
front of
want
him
more
there
smoke
for the
because
pose down, so
Devin
to
pushed him
speak.
back.
But that fight is
Devin
going to
pushed him back,
marinate
bro.
over the next
That was
4
heated.
months.
That was
Can't
heated.
wait to see what happens
That was
when they
heated.
actually step in the ring November 22nd in
That was
Riyadh. And
heated.
here's the
Brian
main
Norman
event,
pushed him to
Barry.
the side, but
Anthony
Devin,
Yarde, a fighter
that's
that
what
you have a lot
happens
of
when his
respect
one
for.
arm
Let me
against
tell you a
two.
story about the When he went to Challenge for home with
That was
Sergey
heated.
Kovalev for his first world title
They-
challenge,
yo.
he was offered step-aside money so Kovalev could box
Wonder if
Canelo.
Haney,
He did in the end, of course.
his
The
five-
same amount
that's
of money
funny.
to step aside and then fight for the vacant title, which would have been and
That's
guarantee
funny.
be a world champion. He turned it down.
Han-
He wanted
Haney,
to challenge
I'm
against
not- is
Kovalev
he
in his home
intimidated?
city. He came up short, of course, but that's the man we
Look,
have there.
this
Not willing
fight
to
right
shy
here is
away
gonna
from a
be
challenge.
crazy.
And this is another big challenge.
Listen,
Dude, boxing
whenever you're
has
accustomed to
beaten
facing
UFC
big power punches, that
It-
man's
it is
been
what it
with
is.
better
Boxing
Russian
is
monsters.
tough,
Now he's in there
It
with a
has
Mexican
taken
monster, but
boxing is
a
the
monster
best
that
sport in
hasn't
the world at
really
this point.
adapted
It
to
is,
175.
the world got to
Because
catch up.
two of his fights at light
It's the
heavyweight
best
were
sport in the
knockouts against
world.
Vostick
The world.
and against
It's the
Morrell.
new
Against
best
Morrell, he also got dropped.
But the
So
world
he's
just got to catch
facing
up
a
to it.
legitimate
It's better
big
than the NFL,
fighter
the
in Anthony
NBA.
Yarde.
It's better than MMA.
But also,
It's
and
the
I say
best
this again,
sport.
even though I'm a big fan of
It is
Yarde,
on fire and on a roll.
his
The
wins
rest of the
are
world
nowhere
just
near
got
the
to
wins
catch up to it.
of Benavidez. We
Once
judge
the
him by his
rest of the
losses, how
world
well he did in
realizes
defeat.
it,
And that's
it's
always
gonna blow up
dangerous
again.
because
Okay, listen. I'm about to go. I've been on for about 2 hours. That was a fantastic press conference. I want to say that stare down is Devin intimidated. I'm not going to go with intimidated as much as it is he wants to little brother him. So he's looking at Brian and he can see in Brian's eyes that Brian sees him as that Brian is hungry and he sees him as not like him. So Devin is like, there is no way you who fought nobody is looking at me like that. You're the other guy. I'm the man. I have fought Prograis. I have fought Linares and Lomachenko and Ryan Garcia. I've had the big fights. And that's what happens. I told you, after Devin Haney lost to Ryan, but ended up being a no contest, I said people going to start trying to lift his skirt. So after that, he followed that up with the Tom and Jerry fight with Ramirez. So everybody's like, oh, you a sucker. So Devin is sitting there like, I cannot believe you're looking at me like that. That's why Devin started talking. Like, don't you know you are a little dude? You are my son. So, and Brian just look at him like fool. And Brian turns sideways like, man, get out of here. And Devin put like, yo, there is no way you're looking at me like a bitch, bro. There's no way. But that's what happens, Dev. That's what happens when you follow up the fight with Ryan Garcia by trying to sue and then have that Ramirez fight. They're going to look at you like fool. They're going to lift your... So not only does Devin have to outbox, and I'm going to put a lot of this stuff in my video, and I'm going to do later today before the Katye Taylor fight, but not only does Devin Haney have to box very well against Brian Norman, he has to be even better. Because just him boxing and doing what he does, Brian Norman thinks he remembered what Ryan did, and he thinks that you a pussy. So all that, he's going to be like knocking that down and try to knock you out, because in his mind, he's like, dude, you ain't got shit for me. So Devin got to be even better. You get what I'm trying to say? That's what happens when it comes to just testosterone and fighting. That's what happens. In your mind, even if somebody hit you with a good shot, it's like, man, you wait until I hit you. You're going to cower like you always do. That's how Brian feels. And Devin is like, this is the moment where Devin got to get that back. So Devin's going to have to, he's going to have to fight even better, not only to convince Brian that he should lose, but also to convince everybody else to stop looking at him like that. And that's the black two sugars, bro. That's the black two sugars. That's just how it goes. Let me see. Bizzo, I'm from the same place, Norman, from Decatur. DHP need to stop. Ninja from here are referred to as Decatur hardhead. Oh shit. Decatur goons, Decatur demons, Decatur hooligans, Decatur savages. Man, brother. Yeah, I know, bro. And that's what he looks like, you know. And when they had the little scuffle or whatever, he just came out of it like, this is the best part of my day. It can't get no better than that. Right? So you got to deal with this knucklehead. I mean, he's Clubber Lang. Like I said, this is the Rocky 3 Clubber Lang Rocky fight. He is Clubber Lang, bro. So Rocky just got to go back to the hood with Apollo Creed, right? And do some shit that work hard in a way that he's not used to working and rebuild himself, his confidence, everything. What did my man say? He said he went and got tested, and what did he say? He negative. He tested negative for confidence, bro. So he has to go back there, and though he feels that you should see me this way, he has to be convinced that he is that way. Go back there, get some dirt back on him, and then come back and show up November 22nd. He got the time to do it. All right. So thank you guys for showing up and showing out. ShowBizz adult. I'm out. Huh. Oh my goodness.